Hi, welcome back to Crawl. This is week 5. Have my handy dandy notebook ready to go. And in week 5, we are um, really going to dig deep this time. And I know I say that every time, but it feels like every milestone is really hard, and then by the end of it we feel like that wasn't so hard at all. So this one may really be though. Okay, so for our mind this week, we are going to be breaking old thought habits. And I find that one of the most devastating thought processes that we have is that we don't deserve the things that we want. And you need to remember that when you are bringing in and making your life with your thoughts and actions and words, that you have to believe that you deserve these things or you won't get them. So this week for our mind, we are going to wake up every morning and we are going to say, I deserve to be happy and healthy. Um, don't try to add anything else into it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just start with 2 things that mean abundance in everything: happiness and health. So this week, every morning, every day, find a way to say, I deserve to be happy and healthy. All right, so now we're going into the body this week. And this week, I am challenging you to shop only in the outside of the store. So if you're not sure what that means, it means we're going to do our best not to eat anything out of a box or a can. And that is because we're going to try and cut out all of the processed foods that we put into our bodies. So if you think back to when we were kids, if your mom and dad wanted to make pasta sauce, what did they do? They bought all these beautiful tomatoes and she spent all day chopping them. And honestly, I make tomato sauce. It doesn't take all day. You do it because you love it and you take your time and you enjoy making food for your family. But cooking from scratch is something we forgot and something we lost somewhere down the line. It also means we stopped eating whole foods, unprocessed foods. Once we process the foods we eat, we are losing so much of the things that our bodies need from those items. And our bodies are struggling because they're just not getting what they need anymore. So I challenge you to start making some meals from scratch. Stick to the basics. Stick to your fresh meats, your fresh vegetables, your dairy. And I know that a lot of you know that I am going to, at some point, talk to you all about why meats and dairy should be taken out of the diet, but this is called Crawl, and this is a way for us to succeed without failing. And for most of us, this is a completely transformational time, and it's hard. So these little things we're doing to get us to a healthier state are only going to benefit us if we learn to do it from a place where it's easy for us to let go of one thing at a time. So don't rush yourself. Don't um, freak out and be like, well, I want to be at the end result now because I don't want you to fail. And chances are right now, dairy and meat is a very large part of your diet. And so we will gradually get there. But first, let's clear out all the other things that don't need to be there. And we'll get to the hardest part later. Okay, so this week we are shopping on the outside of the grocery store. Try to cook fresh meals. There are so many amazing fresh food ideas and recipes on Pinterest. Make it a day with the family and Google healthy, non-processed recipes for dinner and let the whole family sit and look and ooh and ah over the different recipes. And I know that you're going to find that they're quick, they're easy, and they're very, very tasty. So use your fresh herbs and vegetables. Oh, and there's also these delivery, if it's something you can afford. If not, we can totally do this at home. And I'll post some recipes and links for you also if that helps. But there are places where they will deliver fresh, no cans, no jar foods that are quick and easy prep times that you can do at home in 20 minutes. And it's a protein and vegetables and a side. If you need to shop in the center of the aisle, I ask that you read your labels and boxes. If it has anything on it that you cannot pronounce, I'm going to ask you to put it back on the shelf. And this is why, because the only things we should really be buying from the aisled part of the store is our grains, our beans and legumes, peanut butter. I get it. Like, our kids need peanut butter for a sandwich. But your pasta should have one ingredient and one ingredient only. And it should say whole semolina or whole semolina wheat or whole durum wheat. If it says anything other than that, it is overly processed, and you just put it back, because we are in the portion where we are detoxing all these nasty chemicals and all these processed foods that we are used to eating on a daily basis. Chips, snacks and stuff for your kids at school. Chips should say whole corn, sunflower oil, salt, pepper. It should not have any words that you cannot pronounce. If it does, and don't get me wrong, I know that preservatives usually can't be pronounced, but at the same time, the whole point is to get rid of those preservatives too. So let's try and go with as whole of a food as possible. You're going to save on your grocery bill. You are going to be eating a healthier, happier meal, and we are going to detox the body really good. Now, for the soul part for this week, we are going to try and incorporate a 3-minute meditation each day. 3 minutes. You can literally go to work, go hide in the bathroom, sit down, and just breathe deeply in and out 3 times, and just focus on nothing for 3 minutes. That is a wonderful start to clearing the mind. Our problem is we get so caught up in the left-hand side of the brain, the analytical side of the brain, the part of the brain that keeps us going, worry, and we never slip back into the other side, which is our spiritual side, which is the side that we are literally running off of and tells us that everything's great. Everything's perfect, everything's fine. We need to learn to find balance. So while we need to work, because we are out there and we are doing our thing, we also need to find the time to balance it out with some deep cleansing breaths and some calm. So find a spot for you to do a 3-minute meditation. 3 minutes, that's it. Not very long in the grand scheme of things, but will give you an amazingly healthier view and calmness as you go through your day. So thank you very much for listening to Crawl Week 5, and I can't wait to see you all for Week 6. You got this, and I love you all. Thanks.